Amy Lyness, 44, and I'm a female. July 28th probably was the first symptoms that me and my husband had. Friday, we both kind of had the same symptoms. By Friday of that week, we got a little bit better, and then by that night, we took a huge turn. Can't get out of bed, can't eat, can't do anything. We kind of in the back of our head suspected, like, well, is it COVID? Probably not. So I would have been laying on the couch for a week and a day before I decided something's wrong. So we couldn't shower. We couldn't get enough breath to even go walk to the bathroom. And if we attempted to shower, you couldn't. I know that I was so sick that I went into my bedroom and I had heard, well, I think laying on your stomach helps because you just couldn't function. Like, you couldn't see, like, something is just not right, you know. And then my heart was racing, my chest was different, and I'm like, something's wrong. So I was sitting there about an hour later, just, what do I do? I can't do this any longer. It's been 8 days of holy heck, and I just don't know. My body's not gonna make it. Mom, I need help. She's like, what do we do? She called up here, talked to somebody in the ER, and said, here's what's going on. Her husband's positive. She hasn't been tested. Here's what she's saying her symptoms are. And they said, get her up here or call the ambulance. My oxygen was very low. It was immediate, you got problems, you know. So my oxygen was below 80. My fever was sky high. They gave me medicine to get the fever down, and I had been taking as much medicine, like ibuprofen, Tylenol, Metamucil, NyQuil, like whatever you could put in your body. Mucinex wasn't even touching this thing. The next day, I got put in a room here. Probably about 2 o'clock the next day, nothing was getting better, and I think they realized we gotta get her somewhere. By the time I got up to the ICU room, it was pretty touch and go, you know. So that they told me when you get to the ICU room, there's 10-15 people assessing you right there. They're all garbed up like pandemic movies that you see. It's really like that, right? So you go into the ICU room with the sliding door, and you're locked in there. And the doctor, the pulmonologist, said to me, "You're sick." He told me this. He said, you are at the point of, we probably will have to ventilate you within tonight. But he goes, but I need to tell you that 80% of the people that are on the vent do not come off. The mortality rate is extremely high for anybody on the vent. That changed the whole game. And I said, absolutely, I have to get home to my family, and I'm gonna fight it. You're not putting me on the vent. Let's do everything. What do you need me to do? I stayed there in the ICU room for about 3 to 4 days, and then got to a COVID room, which is a nightmare too, because you're still isolated. You're in a room, there's a door, there's a little area, there's another door, and so those nurses are in and out of there. So I was there until August 14th. So I was hospitalized on August 5th. I went home on August 14th. Mark Lyness, he worked hard every single day and exercised, working every day to not be able to get out of bed. I told Mark, I said, you need to get back to the ER. You are just as sick as me. So finally he was like, I think I'm feeling better. I'll just wait till tomorrow. And I think one of my texts was pretty stern, like, I'm down here fighting for my life. Our kids need you. You cannot be in the hospital too, or end up like me. I'm down here dying. You need to take care of yourself. The moment I got sick, by 28th, I laid on my couch and I looked at my husband and I said, I'm an idiot. You know, and he's like, why? And I said, why didn't we just get the vaccination? And he goes, I thought the same thing. The thing that you notice when you're in there, the ER nurse that night, I mean, she is masked up, shielded, gowned. I just felt horrible. Like, why would I put these people through this every day, that people don't care about this vaccine? It ain't gonna be me, and no one understands what these people are going through. As many people that come in from people taking your blood, to the respiratory people, to the nurses, to the doctors, to the maintenance people, everyone that's exposing themselves to unvaccinated in there. So to this day, I regret it. I thanked every nurse, every doctor, every person emptying the garbage. Every time they come in a room, I'd say, thank you. I know you guys are going through heck. We appreciate everything that you're doing, because people don't care enough until they see it themselves, or they have a family member, to know what the health department and that community is going through. And it's hard on them. They're emotional, and that's all you have when you're in there in isolation for 2.5 weeks. All you have is those people. I said, I'm an idiot that I didn't believe the people I needed to believe, the doctors, the nurses, the medical field, not the social media armchair doctors and all the false information that you got. If people could see this and learn what real life looks like in a real COVID sickness, when you're that sick and not just losing your smell and taste and a couple days of sickness, it'd change everybody's mind. I'm telling the hospital thank you for doing what you did, and that people need to get vaccinated, because I regret it.